Puppy Bowl, a simulcast event. Sunday, February 8th at 2 Eastern.
This is an exciting week coming up. You're officially back for your 15th year as the Puppy Bowl referee, which feels kind of like a Hall of Fame moment, I feel like. So when you walk onto the field and see these 150 puppies staring back at you, what goes through your mind?
Thankfully, they're not all staring at me at once because that would be overwhelming. We bring them in at, I would say 10 to 15 at a time, and then we rotate them in throughout the... But, to see them all in the holding area, the locker room, is really, really incredible because that is when the moment hits me, when you first walk into the stadium and see how big our rosters are. When I first started this 15 years ago, our roster was just under 50. It was maybe 48, 47. And now it's tripled in that time that I've been around. So it's just incredible to watch the impact of this show.
Absolutely. And it is Puppy Bowl 22. And it is called the cutest showdown in sports. So what do you think makes this year's game extra special compared to past seasons?
Yeah, every year we try to top ourselves. And in addition to having the most amount of dogs ever, we have the most amount of special needs dogs ever with 15. We have dogs that are hearing impaired, sight impaired. Maybe they're missing a leg. Maybe they need to be in a wheelchair. But again, they blend right in with their team, whether it's Team Ruff or Team Fluff, and they score touchdowns just like anyone else, and it's great to watch them play. I think they're like the heart and spirit of what we do. And then during the halftime show, we have an exhibition game, basically a tiny little mini bowl inside the Puppy Bowl. And the bowl is full of senior dogs that are up for adoption as well. So I think those are the two things that make us even better this year.
Oh, how exciting. I was going to ask you about the halftime. Why was it so important to spotlight these other dogs this year?
Well, just like the special needs dogs, anytime you have a dog that's not a puppy, they have a harder time being adopted. So Puppy Bowl is great, and we're so happy we have so many adoptions that come as a result of it. Every year, all of our puppies are adopted, but we also want to get their parents adopted, their siblings adopted. Any dog that might be languishing in the shelter needs our help. So we're using the platform to showcase the spotlight on those guys as well.
Incredible. And I know you've seen thousands of puppies take the field, but is there one moment from this season that totally melted your heart or maybe caught you off guard?
Yes, I'll give you one that I haven't shared yet. It's one dog, I won't say who yet, but falls asleep in the middle of me issuing him a penalty. So I'm literally holding the dog and I'm going to throw the flag, blow the whistle. And they were so bored by what I was saying that they fall asleep in my arms. So that was a first. I'd never seen that before. And I actually had to retract the penalty because it was so adorable.
Oh, that is so cute. And I know you're literally the only human who, on a field of chaos, cuteness, and even zoomies, what is the hardest part of being a Puppy Bowl referee that fans would never expect?
They might, what they might expect is you got to watch where you step. And that is actually my hardest part. But what they might not expect, by the way, you have to watch where you step, not just because you might step on a puppy tail, but you might step on a puppy surprise, like something that you might leave behind, a little spot foul, if you will. The one they might not expect is that it's hard to keep track of all the touchdowns. Because we have multiple chew toys, each one representing a football, you can have multiple touchdowns happening at the same time on two sides of the field, both end zones. So yeah, you have to keep an eye open for them, and I usually get a little help from the camera people.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Which is harder though, calling penalties on humans or puppies?
Oh, humans so much easier because humans will at least register what you're saying, and look, they might argue it, but at least you have a dialogue. With a puppy, it's just they're going to give you the puppy dog eyes, and you have to really use your self-control to ignore that and press on. But it is much harder for a puppy.
Oh my gosh! And have you ever had to discipline a puppy that was too cute to function?
Yes, well, we call that little timeouts is what we call them. If a puppy's a little rambunctious, maybe, by the way, either extreme, either too wild or too quiet, we'll give them a little break, a little timeout, and they'll just sit on the bench and hang out in the tunnel or in the sidelines or in the locker room. And, eventually they'll get their energy back or whatever it is. They'll reset. And they're back on the field in no time.
Yeah. And I know, like you said, the Puppy Bowl is all about adoption. So after the 15 years that you've been working on this, what continues to motivate you to use this platform to champion rescue dogs?
Definitely seeing them all get adopted by the time it's over, which is amazing. But then hearing back from the rescues, it's what's my motivation. Like, it's the days after Puppy Bowl that are my motivation, because once it's over, I'm exhausted, I'm happy, it's over, it's great. And I get to rest a bit, but the most satisfying part is they all report a huge uptick in adoption increase because they were on the Puppy Bowl. So you're really rescuing the rescues on some regard. You're giving them a boost is what you're doing. And that's the most satisfying.
Oh my gosh. And is there one adoption story that's really just stuck with you since the time you've worked on this project?
Well, I'm going to be biased here and say my own. In Puppy
Okay.
Bowl 20, if that's can I do that? In Puppy Bowl 20, they gave me an assistant referee who was a little adoptable dog that wasn't able. She had bad knees, so she wasn't able to play in Puppy Bowl. The vets couldn't clear her, so they just gave her a ref costume like me and made her my assistant. And I did fall in love during that week, and we made it official. So her name was Whistle. She was appropriately named, and now she's my permanent dog at home. And that's my adoption story.
I was going to say, how is it being a dog dad now?
Great. I had been a dog dad as a foster dad for 10 years prior. So I knew my dogs, or at least I knew how to handle a wide variety of dogs. But I guess having a permanent dog is, it's good. It does teach me I have patience, but it's taught me even more patience.
Oh my gosh.
Dealing with the pups.
I love that. And if you were a Puppy Bowl pup, what breed do you think you would be?
Oh, great question. I'm going to go with what I grew up with dachshunds.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think they're adorable. I like that they're lowriders. I like their small stature, but they're still feisty. So I'm going to go with that. I'm a little I'm not the tallest guy. I'm a slim guy. I'm pretty chill, except, if when it comes to a penalty, I can be feisty. So Dachshund.
I love that. And for anyone who's never watched the Puppy Bowl, what's your pitch? Why do you think we should be watching this weekend?
With the Puppy Bowl, you have got built-in drama and built-in greatness, passion, and entertainment that will rival human football. That happens to be on the same day, but you don't have to choose between the two of us. We're on at 2 p.m. Eastern, and the whole family can get behind it, no matter who you're rooting for in human football, Pats, Seahawks, whoever it is. Puppy Bowl, everyone can get behind these teams. Everyone can cheer these teams on. They always have a happy ending. And I think the best part of it is not only seeing them get adopted, but seeing the amazing things that happen every single year. We'll watch puppies score touchdowns in ways you could never see imaginable. We're pretty freeform at Puppy Bowl. It doesn't have to be with, being thrown in or carried in. Like, you can kick a ball in. You can tip a ball in with your tail. You can use your snout to knock a ball into the end zone. And just so watching, I guess, the athletic abilities of a lot of these dogs is really incredible. So I think that's my sales pitch. It'll offer pound for pound more drama and entertainment than anything you'll see in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely incredible. And what's maybe like a behind the scenes secret from when you guys put on Puppy Bowl that we wouldn't know just by watching it?
A great one is that it takes an entire week to shoot and film the Puppy Bowl. So many elements that go into making it. It is a 3-hour event. We have a kitten halftime show. We have we have so many other elements. We have a pre-show, which is like a kickoff special. So, and it takes about 100-person crew to put this thing on. So yeah, that's probably the behind the scenes moments that are most interesting.